Kathy Heller from the Minerva Public Library, and we're going to do a project today for Imagine Your Story, Summer Reading 2020. This week's feature is The Princess and the Pea. We have a variety of versions at our library that you can read of the story The Princess and the Pea. If you got a packet from the library, you'll have a story included, or you can watch our YouTube channel for a live storytelling about this story. This is our art project this week. We have our little princess and we have our mattress and our little pea. If you open your packet and want to make this project, you should find a blue paper, a piece of brown paper, a whole lot of little scraps of other colors that you can use. And there should be one person. You should have some strips of watercolored paper and a little tiny pea, Those should all be in your packet. If you don't have any of those, maybe you can recreate that at home with a hole punch or some scrap paper. You also need a pair of scissors and some glue. So let's get started on our Princess and the Pea art. Take your brown paper to make a bed. Now you might want to cut long strips and make your headboard and your footboard, but I just kind of cut because that's the way I am. I made a little curved line for the headboard. I made another one for the footboard. I cut across there. And then I did the same with a couple of little legs on the bottom. Oops. You know, mine isn't very perfect, but it's kind of fun. Maybe you want to make this curve more. However you want your bed to look. So you can glue that down on the bottom of your paper. And what do you need next? Of course, you need a pea. Now your little piece is a foamy with a sticky back. You can peel that off and put that on the bed. Now we gave you enough paper strips to have 10 mattresses. I know most of the stories say 20, but you can go ahead and glue all of your pretty watercolor mattresses down. If you want to make more, you have some scrap paper, or you could draw them. You don't even have to have paper. Just put all those strips down. I don't have as many as you have. And then maybe you'd like to make a ladder. Again, I just took my piece of brown paper and I cut a couple of long pieces for the ladder, set them down. And I took the rest of my scraps of brown paper and I cut short pieces. Just line up your ladder. You can glue these on as you go. Easy peasy. Now comes the fun part. I love having a little person to decorate. When I was a kid, I loved making paper dolls. So you have your person and you can take that person and trace them to make a dress or pants and a shirt or whatever you would like. You trace the arms and down however long you want it to be by the legs. Looks a little bit like this. You can see that. And then you might want to make it a little wider if it's a fluffy dress. And you cut that out. After you cut it out, you can just glue it right onto your person. Or if you want to make more clothes, like a paper doll, you could just make as many clothes as you want. So you also need to take the face of your little person and draw the features in. Some of the eyes popped out because it was cut from a Cricut. Some did not. You might want to trace the mouth or draw in the eyes with a pencil or a marker. You can also make hair. Now this one I drew the hair on with a marker, but I also cut hair by tracing the head onto a piece of paper and just drawing my own hair. This one has little curls going on. Whatever you want to do. If you're making a boy, you can trace the legs and cut out pants. He has kind of a tunic because he is a prince, of course. So after you have your people all drawn and dressed, then you can act out the story. You can just glue your person on and your art is done. Or you might want to tell the story. Hello, I got caught in a rainstorm. What'll I do? Oh, you can come into our house and stay, but you have to sleep on this really tall bed. Okay. And she climbs up and she's sleeping on the bed. Next day, hey, how did you sleep? Oh, it was terrible. I felt like something was stabbing me in the back all night. She must be a princess. I guess I will marry her. And that's the story of the Princess and the Pea. So I hope you enjoy making this art project and having fun with the story, The Princess and the Pea. Thank you from Minerva Public Library.